good people? What is going on? Another episode of the All Go Podcast. I'm your host, Desmond. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Definitely appreciate it. I'm trending towards 50 episodes of the All Go Podcast, which is kind of cool. But all of the info that I've read is basically you don't really know anything until you're about 100 episodes in. So as of now, I am halfway to not knowing anything. So that's kind of cool. Anywho, want to talk about Kevin Durant, the Nets, and Joe Tsai. So it just recently came out on a couple days ago that KD and the Nets ownership, Joe Tsai, Steve Nash, and Sean Marks, the GM, had a sit down, a meeting, and they are moving forward with their partnership. So KD's not getting traded. He is going to move forward with the Nets. And I think that, well, number one, I think if the Nets can just not be a disaster, and this is head coach and players, they should probably come out of the East. They have the talent to come out of the East. Let's say that, because you just never know. But I think Joe Tsai may have unlocked something, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the first thing is Kevin Durant had made a request, basically an ultimatum for Joe Tsai, that it was either going to be me or you fire Sean Marks and Steve Nash. Let's remove Steve Nash from this from the equation right now. The GM. If I'm Sean Marks, I would be looking at Kevin Durant saying, what is it that I have done where you feel as if I should lose my job? Because number one, we signed you to, I think, a 3-year deal while you were injured. Like, we signed you knowing that for 1 year, we were going to pay you max money to rehab. We had no problem with it. Take your time, come on back. KD was great as soon as he got back. Cool. You guys, Kevin Durant is the head of the snake and Kyrie right behind him. You guys wanted to get James Harden. We traded pieces to get James Harden. And James ended up quitting on us, wanted to move on, wanted to be traded. We made the move to go get Ben Simmons. And from there, the Ben Simmons thing didn't work. So as the GM, you can only do so much, right? I can't not only trade for the players, but also make them play. Like, all I can do is buy the groceries. It's up to the players themselves to get on the dang on basketball court. Like, I can't make James Harden play. Can't make Ben Simmons play. Now, slight caveat here. I have no idea how Ben Simmons passes a physical if he needed back surgery. Nonetheless, moving on. So for Sean Marks, I would be looking at it saying, what the heck did I do that you want me fired? Because really you should be saying that you're looking to fire yourself, because every move that I made, I brought to you and you gave the thumbs up on. And now all of a sudden I need to get fired? Like, that's crazy to me. That is someone who is trying to pass the buck of responsibility of why the Nets did not have success. And I got to look at Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving is public enemies number 1 and 2 on why the Nets didn't have success. You guys got to play better, especially you, KD, because Kyrie gave us a great performance in game 1. Y'all still lost. And KD, you were pretty bad the entire series. So don't come looking at me. And then for Steve Nash, now I don't think Steve Nash should have even gotten that job. I think that was pretty crazy and ridiculous, and I'm not sure what you expect with a rookie head coach, no experience. Like, that was just a bad deal, especially when you're talking about having to coach some pretty big personalities and egos in the NBA. But so I don't think Nash is great. But I mean, Kyrie said some days Kevin will be the coach, some days I'll be the coach, some days it'll be Steve. We don't even need a coach. Did you look at the Boston series? because y'all definitely need a coach. So it's just wild, but I think Josiah may have created a new blueprint to battle these players that have multiple years left on deals that are trying to demand trades. And basically what it seemed to me was, and I believe I did a video on it with the Kevin Durant trades and whatnot, what I think happened was no matter what you offered in a trade to get Kevin Durant, Josiah and the Nets were going to ask for more. So the Celtics offered Jaylen Brown, I think maybe Grant Williams, a couple picks, something like that. And the Nets came back and said, well, we want Marcus Smart too. Well, no, I'm not going to gut our team for that and for you. But that is just kind of what they kept doing. And I think they did that for every single team that called and inquired about Kevin Durant. I think Minnesota called. They wanted to see about a trade. And the Nets said, well, yeah, we can make a trade. We want Cat and we want Ant-Man and some picks. Like, just asking for such unreasonable things that there's just no way that this trade will ever get done. And for the NBA players, these guys got to be careful, because I think they may have been pushing the envelope a bit too far, just a bit, with this whole, player empowerment, player movement. Like, that stuff is all great, but, like, dude, KD, not a single day of your new deal hit yet, and you're already asking for a trade. So we'll see what happens. I think Josiah did create a new blueprint that these players need to be leery of, because this is the last thing that you guys want to have to deal with on a regular basis. So we'll see what happens. That is it for me. Appreciate you for making it to the end. Please like and subscribe. That's it for me. Peace.